Hey guys, today we're going to be embracing the Cryoneers. Today we are going to be using the Cryoneers and the Cryo Bomb, which is currently the ability in the game, but I think when this is actually being put out, it probably won't be in the game anymore. The Cryo Bomb, as you guys know, the Cryo Bomb blows up, it does a massive range, and it just freezes stuff for a period of time. So I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see how well it works with the Cryoneers because I kind of want to try them together. I don't think I've ever done this just to show you guys what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And it doesn't actually freeze them. It more like, it doesn't like freeze them completely like a shock would. It kind of just casts this freezing power which slows them down from firing. So it's okay, it's not the greatest ability, but I would say it's probably on the top side of the Gumbo abilities. I mean, obviously, like remote hack, one of the best abilities, probably the best ability, and then there are a few others. Honestly, Crybomb might be second. I need a list in front of me, of course, but yeah, the Cryoneers, this is not going well. And originally I was gonna do this whole video with just Cryoneers and the Cryo Bomb, but I think I might have to pivot because the Cryoneers, I mean, you can't use them alone. They're not a very good troop. They're only a supporting troop, like the medics. You won't attack a base with only medics. So to counter that, I say we shift this up and let's try to find the best troop to use with the Cryoneers. I did this a few weeks ago or a week ago with the bombardiers, and I want to try it with the Cryoneers. Now, this one is going to be a little harder because I want to only use 2 troops when I try this challenge. So let's start with grenadiers. I don't know how well this is going to go. I have to bring energy drink for all of these attacks because I need my hero to stand in front of my troops and not move. Okay, let's boost up our resource reward before we go any farther, just to make sure we get the most amount of loot so we can get some big upgrade done. This guy doesn't really have loot. Let's just find a new opponent. Level 74. That's crazy. I believe this is my first level 74 on my map. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go from the bottom, get that shock out, get my Cryoneers, get my bombardiers, and I'm not gonna waste all my energy using the Cryoneers or using the Cryo Bombs this first attack. You guys already saw how they work together. The first attack, not the greatest. So now we are having to bring other troops that deal damage because that's the biggest issue with the Cryoneers. They just don't deal damage. So we're just going to be just mainly using my hero to tank, using my grenadiers to deal the actual damage. Oh gosh. Sorry, when I was saying I did this a week ago with the bombardiers, I meant the bombardiers won with the mechs. The mech video, that was the main troop I was trying to find a good buddy for. I knew that the mechs weren't the greatest. I kind of want to try this for all the not so great troops in the game. So, and then maybe I can go to the good troops in the game. But finding good kind of complements to currently bad troops, I think is super useful because, I mean, you get bored if you use the same attack combination every single day, right? I'm kind of bored of warriors. Even though I like using warriors and they're super fast and super easy, but trying to mix it up a little with my different attack combinations. So that's why I'm trying to find what troop goes the best with the Cryoneers. And honestly, this didn't go too badly. I think grenadiers by themselves are not the greatest. Like, they're a decent troop. They're an average troop, I would say. They're not crazy good, they're not bad. So the fact that we were able to defeat, I think, my first level 74 coming up on my map is pretty good. Obviously, we have to try the Scorchers and the Cryoneers. That's kind of the go-to combination with these 2 troops. I don't actually know if they combat each other because, as you guys know, the Scorchers put out flames and the Cryoneers put out ice. and it'd be really bad if they worked against each other, where the flames from the scorchers kind of stopped the freezing power, the slowdown power of the Cryoneers, or even the cryo bomb. That would be really, really bad, but I don't even know if that's a thing here. I always thought it was, but I don't know if I've ever actually tested it. Maybe you can let me know down below what the answer to that is. So, I mean, this is going already way better. Like, I'm dealing way more damage to the base. I don't know if that's just because I think Scorchers are better than Grenadiers, or what it is, but I have more Cryoneers that are freezing stuff, and I think that's the main thing here. With the Grenadiers, the Cryoneers were acting as a tanking unit, but with the Scorchers are acting as a tanking unit, and my Cryoneers are the ones that are being a more support troop, where they're dealing the damage, even though they aren't dealing damage. So we're seeing now, though, that this combination is not very good at all. And I wouldn't say the Grenadier Cryoneer combination is better. I think the main issue with this base is these Doom Cannons by the core. I think if the other base had Doom Cannons by the core, I would have lost that as well. I mean, it's just super, super strong having two, it looks like, top level Doom Cannons right by the core when you're using a combination like this. So I'm not going to say which one of those is better. Obviously, I think neither of them come up with the best combination with the Cryoneers. A lot of top players will end up using the classic RZCM, which is the Rifleman Cryoneer Zuka Medic. I would say that's probably the best troop combination with the Cryoneers. I don't think there's any scenario you should be bringing 4 boats of Cryoneers, but that's just how this challenge goes. I take 4 boats of the bad troop, 4 boats of other troops that I think would complement that bad troop very, very well. And I think here, this combination is probably going to be the strongest. Just like last week when I did the mechs and the bombardiers. But we're about to see, I mean, this is a tough base. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is a very, very hard base simply because of these Doom Cannons in the back. But if I can keep my hero alive, I think we have a very good shot at beating this base. Okay, we're gonna get a Cryo Bomb over all of those defenses. The Cryo Bomb helping me so much. This is going very, very well. Yeah, I mean, I'm ripping through the base. There's no doubt. The Cryoneers are just acting as extra troops between the defenses and my bombardiers. I mean, they're just not doing anything that I can see. Obviously, they're freezing the defenses and slowing the defenses down, so it'd be hard to know just how much they're actually helping me. But I just feel like the main troop here, the main thing that's helping me is my bombardiers, not my Cryoneers at all. We just wiped that base off the face of the earth. We lost a few bombardiers. We lost all of our Cryoneers. So, yeah, I mean, I'm starting to see, though, that troops that deal more damage, that stand behind the Cryoneers, that use the Cryoneers as a shield, are doing better in this challenge than troops that stand in front of the Cryoneers that are more of a tanking unit. So I think the last troop combination I want to try is the Cryoneer tank combination. Now, last time I only tested the tanks and the bombardiers with the mechs. I'll try to do more troops as I'm going through this challenge, but I would say it went pretty well. Okay, that's a really easy base. We'll just see if he has ice. I just want to see if he has ice. If he has ice, it's a little harder. No. Yeah, let's just find a different opponent here. I want a base that's somewhat difficult. This base is pretty much the same, but we're just going to send it. Hero down. Cryoneers down. I'm going to clump up my tanks. I feel like that might help me more. Just doing a cryo bomb to get rid of all the nasty mines. That's the biggest thing with the cryo bomb, that you can just take out mines. Now here, again, the Cryoneers are acting more of a shield and less of a support troop. They're more of a buffer between the defenses and my troops. My main troops, my tanks. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough using Cryoneers. That was a mistake. just froze my Cryoneers. Cryoneers, in my opinion, shouldn't be able to be frozen. Yeah, I mean, the Cryoneers are probably the worst troop in the game. So, me using the Cryoneers with some of the best troops in the game, and me being able to take out players, that must say something about how overpowered the best troops are, or about how underpowered these troops are. But I mean, every troop in the game can't be able to solo a base. There are certain troops that are only ever going to be complements to better troops. Like the Cryoneers, like the medics, like the heavies, like the riflemen. Those are never gonna make good combinations on their own, but when you pair them with bombardiers, Zookas, tanks, those troops get really, really strong. And you might notice I'm kind of staying away from using Zookas. It's just not going to go well. They stand at the same range. They're going to get fried. I can already tell. This is about finding the best troop. And now let's talk about it, because I've used some of the best troops in the game with the Cryoneers. In my opinion, I think the bombardiers did the best with the Cryoneers, simply because the base was better than the one with the tanks. The base was stronger, it had more prototypes, it was just a tougher base, more defenses than the one I just attacked with the tanks. So I don't know if I have a fair comparison, but if I had to say, I would say probably the bombardiers worked better with the Cryoneers. But then again, I would still take the tank Cryoneer strategy into the battlefield. Only for videos though, never on my own. So for this, I would say the pairing of the Cryoneers, bombardiers, just like last week, the mechs and the bombardiers are the best troop combination to use if you were forced to use the Cryoneers. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.